Whoever walks into this building, we have to win with them. Whoever walks into this school, we will win with them. Hey, it's time for the player development question of the week. And this week's question is, how did my previous coaching experience help me in the role? Well, you heard the opener. And the high school, as a high school coach, we had to win with whoever walked in the building. Now, you may say, well, win, you're not coaching in player development. You're correct. But what it taught me was, hey, we have to adapt to who's coming through the building and their strengths. So one thing I took into the player development role, even though I didn't necessarily know what it was when I started, was the ability to adapt. Adapt to the coach I work for, adapt to his coaching style, adapt to the things that he wanted, how he wanted things done, adapt to working in college football and not being the person that did everything. I remember I learned a lesson. Shout out to David Bassity, who's a VP at the Atlanta Falcons. I did everything for my high school, all the social media stuff. I just didn't know how college worked. And he sat down with me one day and was like, hey, Ed, you don't have to do everything here. We got it. And I was like, appreciate it. But once again, adapting to a lot of things that helped me in the role. Okay, this player needs this. Who do I get with? Right? Just like, hey, okay, we got to make this play. How do we put this player in position? It was the same thing off the field. How do we put this player in a position to succeed, right? And so the adaptability was one way and the creativity was another way. You have to be creative. You know, when I coach players, hey, senior went down, sophomore's got to play. Sophomore doesn't know the full playbook. We got to get super creative and minimize his playbook, but keep the same impact that's happening. Had players who may not have been able to grasp the whole playbook. Hey, let me be creative and make a play, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, play wristband that tells them exactly what to do. So kind of similar in player development. Hey, let me be creative. How do I get this done? How do I explain what I want to do to this coach? How can we get this programming done with these minor or slight resources we have? How can we help this speaker? How can we get more out of this speaker to where they're not just giving a 45-minute talk, but they're enriching, learn that from Will Baggett, shout out to Will Baggett, enriching our student athletes more than just the 45 minutes that they're there. So the two biggest things that my coaching experience helped me in the role was adaptability and creativity, because there were no excuses. My head coach in high school, shout out to Coach Patrick McGinnis, when anybody walked into my alma mater at Hightower High School, we had to win with those kids. It didn't matter if a class was loaded. It didn't matter if a class was thin. It didn't matter if we had a whole bunch of linemen or more skilled players. We had to find out whatever we had to do to make sure, to ensure that we won. And so that's what I took to player development. It was more like, okay, coach, you want this? Okay, AD, you want this? Cool. I will make this happen. It will look different and I'm gonna have to get creative and adapt to some things, but it is gonna happen. And so that's the question of the week. That's how my previous coaching experience helped me in the role. Very, very appreciative of my coaching experience. And it's a lot of you all who are transitioning into player development who may not be coming from a player development role. Player development is not linear right now. As far as experience, there aren't GAs, there aren't coordinators, a lot of positions. There are a few, but it's not like other positions in football or sports in general. So a lot of you all are bringing those transferable skills over. If you checked out the player development growth podcast I have right here, or you'll find it, there are 70 new people in the role. 45% of the people who are in player development right now are new to the school or came from another school. So, hey, they're finding ways to make it so adaptability and creativity will help you as you transition in the role. And while you think about transition and the adaptability and creativity that you have, check out this Questions of the Week playlist right here. Go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today. God bless. Have a great day.